Israel was in trouble. The Midianites had oppressed them for 7 long years, stealing their harvest, destroying their fields, and leaving God's people in fear. The enemy's armies were countless, so many that the Bible says they were as thick as locusts, with camels that could no more be counted than the sand on the seashore. Judges 7:12. In the midst of this oppression, God called Gideon, a man who saw himself as weak and unworthy. When the angel of the Lord appeared to him, he said, "The Lord is with you, mighty warrior." Judges 6:12. But Gideon doubted. He wasn't a soldier. He wasn't a king. He was just an ordinary man. Yet God saw courage in him that Gideon didn't even see in himself. Gideon obeyed, and with God's help, he raised an army of 32,000 men. But then came a test of faith. God told him, "You have too many men. If you go into battle with this number, Israel will boast, saying, 'My own strength has saved me.'" Judges 7:2. So Gideon sent home all who were afraid, and 22,000 men left. Now only 10,000 remained. But God said again, "There are still too many." By the waterside, God tested them. Those who drank water by cupping their hands were chosen, while the rest were dismissed. When it was done, only 300 men remained. Imagine it, 300 men standing against thousands. From a human view, it was impossible, but Gideon trusted God. That night, God gave him courage. He overheard 2 Midianite soldiers speaking in their camp. One said, "I had a dream. A loaf of barley bread tumbled into our camp and struck the tent with such force that it collapsed." The other replied, "This can be nothing other than the sword of Gideon. God has given Midian and the whole camp into his hands." Judges 7:13-14. Strengthened by this, Gideon returned to his men and prepared them. He divided the 300 into 3 groups, but instead of swords and shields, he gave them trumpets, clay jars, and torches hidden inside. In the dead of night at the edge of the enemy camp, Gideon raised his trumpet. At his signal, the men blew their horns, smashed the jars, and lifted the blazing torches high, shouting, "A sword for the Lord and for Gideon." Judges 7:20. Panic erupted in the Midianite camp. In their confusion and terror, the enemy soldiers turned their swords against each other and fled. Israel, outnumbered and outmatched, won the victory, not by human strength, but by the power of God. This story reminds us that true courage doesn't come from numbers, weapons, or our own ability. Bravery comes from trusting God when the odds are impossible. For the battle is never ours, it belongs to the Lord.